Exception of the HCA, no act of Parliament has superseded its provisions.
GBPA officials say the new Electricity Act, which attempts to give ERCA the legal right to license and oversee energy providers, is inconsistent with and conflicts with rights and privileges vested in the Grand Bahama Power Company and the Port Authority by the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, and notes that an action has commenced in the Supreme Court on that basis.
By virtue of clauses 221 and 223A of the HCA, GBPA and GBPC as a licensee of GBPA have been vested with the sole authority to operate utilities, including electricity generation, transmission, and distribution within the port area until the HCA's expiration in 2054, without having to obtain a permit or license from the government of the Bahamas or any department or licensing thereof.
In 2013, port officials say they established the first and only groundbreaking utility protocols and regulatory framework, which has allowed for the stabilization of rates, ensuring predictability and fairness for consumers. The Port Authority's statement concluded by expressing confidence that the judiciary will reinforce the GBPA's regulatory authority. Now, ZNS News reached out to the Office of the Prime Minister for a response to this statement. However, they declined to comment any further as it is a matter before the courts. Well, meanwhile, on Tuesday, July 2nd, a notice revoking occupancy was issued to the Lucayan Tower South Condominium Board by the Building and Development Service Department of the Grand Bahama Port Authority for building code violations and safety hazards. Tonight, our Jolanda Thompson-Everest speaks with an owner of one of the units who is expressing additional concerns.
July 2nd, 2024, the Building and Development Department of the GBPA issued a final notice to the Board of Lucayan Tower South revoking their certificate of occupancy due to long-standing code violations. Officials say that the board had 30 days left to present a plan of action, but up to date, no progress has been made. As a result, the certificate of occupancy has been revoked. A notice was placed on the board in the foyer of the Lucayan Tower South building. However, unit owner Julie Glover expresses disappointment regarding the disengagement from the board, who she says have yet to reach out to the owners regarding the situation.
Even after this statement yesterday, there's been no reach out from the board to the owners to discuss what has happened and how we came today. So, putting this in the lap of the owners is just masking the true reason for all this.
Glover notes there are bylaws that governs the board, which states that a meeting should take place every year. But unfortunately, those laws have not been enforced. She adds that she believes due to the lack of evidence in financial reports, residents have lost their confidence in the board.
If there are no reports, or no financial reports, then people will lose confidence and will be hesitant to continue to pay fees into a situation where there's no accountability.
The unit owner further alleges that the condo has been run in a totalitarian manner, with the board operating in their own interest and leaving the residents unfortunately uninformed and neglected.
You're dealing with people who lived in a democratic society, and in a democratic society you have a say, and the owners do not have a say in their affairs at this time.
Despite the board's alleged absence in this ordeal, Glover says the owners held a meeting on July 2nd, 2024 to discuss the way forward.
We came up with a course of action that we hope that they will consider, and try to buy some time for the people who live in that building.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Thanks, Yolanda. And of course, that is a story we will continue to follow. Well, in other news, Bahamian students studying in Jamaica have been airlifted into the nation's capital ahead of Hurricane Beryl. Our Shalia Roll speaks with one of the students expressing appreciation to the government. However, in this report, we also hear that some Bahamians have decided to stay.
The government of the Bahamas airlifting some 30-plus Bahamian students from Jamaica to New Providence ahead of a monstrous storm, Hurricane Beryl. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says that airlifting the students was the most appropriate and safe thing to do.
Students who were in Jamaica, about 30 of them, that they wish to be returned to Nassau in the face of Hurricane Beryl. And the decision was taken yesterday morning with the assistance of Bahamas Air and our Consul General, Alveda Knight, in Jamaica, and the cooperation of the Jamaican government. We were able to mobilize the resources of the Bahamas government to airlift some 35 people out of Kingston yesterday. This included 2 citizens of our neighbor countries, one from Anguilla and the other from the Turks and Caicos Islands, whose governments had asked us to assist them with the airliftings.
Jolise Johnson, one of the students airlifted, expressing gratitude to the government for the swift action.
At first, I wasn't too worried until I started seeing videos from the other Caribbean countries and hearing their experience. It started to sound a bit like Dorian, and that kind of got my anxiety up a bit. I made the tweet. Someone contacted me and said that, hey, we are letting the minister know of your concerns, and so on and so forth. And by the next morning, we were hearing plans of a plane being sent.
Now, although some Bahamians were eager to leave, Grand Bahama native Lex Brown decided that he would ride out the storm with family and friends while visiting Jamaica. He notes that just like the Bahamas, it is a place that he calls home.
They took that category very seriously, and I feel like, especially Grand Bahamians and the Bahamas on the whole, they take hurricanes more serious than anybody else in the Bahamas. So just trying to think smart, I thought about what's the best thing to do, getting flashlights and batteries and food and water. That's what I quickly did.
He expresses that residents of Jamaica are hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shelia Rule.
When we come back, we hear the harmonious sounds of the Bahamas Brass Band in Cuba. That story, sports, and more. With the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Jolly Madison Home Center is gearing up for the Bahamas 51st Independence Celebration with explosive store-wide 25% off savings. It all happens this Friday and Saturday. From Ace Hardware and Houseware, Whirlpool and GE Appliances, plumbing and electrical supplies, gardening tools, hurricane supplies, and electronics. Absolutely everything in all departments, including the plant nursery, will be on sale. Spend $100 or more and be eligible to win a mystery appliance this Friday and Saturday at Jolly Madison store-wide free Independence Sale.
Wednesday, July 3rd, head to Smith's Point for the Bahamian edition of Down by the Fish Fry Battle of the DJs, brought to you by the Ministry for Grand Bahama. For more information, call 350-8588 or email welcominghomegb@gmail.com. Get ready for the Battle in the Bahamas karaoke contest at Port Lakaya Market Square. Preliminary trials are July 19th at 7 p.m. and the main event is July 26th at 7:30 p.m. For more information, call 438-9056. Park and Shop is having an Independence Day sale with 25% off July 5th, 6th, 8th, and 9th. Save on everything except underwear and red tag items. Store hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Happy 51st Independence, Bahamas. And Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating with a 20% off store-wide sale. This Friday, July 5th through Saturday, July 6th, save on all things tiles. And if you come in before Friday, you can enter to win an additional $200 off your purchase. That's right. Get big savings this Friday and Saturday at Grand Bahama Tile. Call them 352-7920. Some restrictions apply.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Tonight marks the start of a 3-day series featuring the Bahamas Brass Band in Cuba with our Jolanda Thompson-Everest bringing you the latest. In this report, we get a glimpse into day 1 of the band's live performance at the Theater of America.
31 band members of the Bahamas Brass Band holding a band rehearsal at the Theater of America. The band will be hosting a musical concert tonight at the theater for residents of Havana, Cuba. The director of the band, Bishop Barry Morris, detailing that tonight will feature a list of beautiful Bahamian gospel music.
I'm expecting great things from God tonight in this concert. I expect them to move in this concert tonight.
We're just done with our rehearsal, getting ready for our grand concert tonight, where we are hoping to introduce a bit of a Bahamian flavor to the Cuban citizen and also, of course, the touch of the gospel of Jesus Christ as well.
A Cuban band, the Banda de Boyeros, also on stage performing a number of Cuban hits. Over 200 supporters gathering at the theater as they listened to smooth sailing Cuban and gospel renditions by both groups, fostering an exciting and thrilling atmosphere. The supporters enjoying the music so much, they were shouting, clapping hands, and even forming a conga line.
It was a great night. The band, the music was on point, and a lot of people had fun.
To bring a band into another culture, to bring a band into an experience which is not quite like the Bahamas, and to be able to get your audience of so many to get to their feet and to really praise God, really, with the songs that the band was playing is indeed a great, great blessing.
We selected some songs, songs like Thanksgiving and Praise, which is a classic Bahama Brass Band number. And it's an expression of our thanks to God for all that He has done, where He's brought us. The band, we've come through many hurdles, many storms, and God has brought us through. And so it's an expression of our gratitude toward the Lord.
The residents of Havana, Cuba conclude that they enjoyed the musical concert of the Bahamas Brass Band and that their reception tonight epitomizes the growing partnership of Cuba and the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Thanks, Yolanda. Well, a week-long celebration for the Ministry of Grand Bahamas Welcoming Home events kicks off tonight at Fish Fry in Smiths Point. That is where we find our Jay Philippe. Jay, tell us what's happening.
Yes, Ramiko. Yes, Ramiko. Yes, Ramiko. I am down at the Fish Fry in Smiths Point for what is promised to be an exciting night of events. And I'm joined by the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, fresh off a flight, just returning to Grand Bahama. Tonight is promised to be a special event. Tell us about the DJ competition.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful. We are home at the home of Fish Fry in Smiths Point, where we have the Battle of the DJs. And we wanted to start our welcoming home events with this because we know that Smith Point holds such a special place in the heart of our people. And so we wanted to invite our residents to come on home, return home. For those who are on the island, we want to invite you to come out because we're going to have the Battle of the DJs, which will lead into the other events on the island.
And speaking of those other events, Independence is just a week away. I understand we have a whole lot of events beginning tomorrow, straight up until Wednesday. What are those events that Grand Bahamians can expect?
So tomorrow we join in with Gombe Summer Festival with a Grand Rush, where we'll have all Junkanoo groups combined on the island. So that's going to be terrific. And then the main event, I would say, is on Friday, where we have the Grand Expo, where we're inviting those who are abroad and those who are on the island to see what Grand Bahama has to offer, because there are over $2 billion of investments on the island. So there are job opportunities, there are entrepreneurial opportunities, and we don't want our people to miss out. So we want them to be there to see the businesses that are there, that are displaying what they have to offer, and to see all the other opportunities available on the island.
There you have it, the Minister for Grand Bahama. Sounds like a lot of events going to be happening through this week, but I'll be here until about 8 p.m. tonight. I'll grab a virgin daiquiri, maybe some conch salad, and I'll wait until you guys done with the news. But Miko, it's going to be an exciting night tonight with the DJs in about 2 hours. So much entertainment throughout the entire week here on Grand Bahama as we prepare for Independence. So back to you guys in studio. I'll see you guys later.
Thanks so much, Jay. I'm certainly going to join you once we get off. Stay with us. Sports is coming back after this break.
Join the Independence Ecumenical Service on Sunday, July 7th at 4 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral on Cathedral Boulevard, East Settlers Way. Celebrate unity and service.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Happy 51st Independence, Bahamas! And Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating with a 20% off store-wide sale. This Friday, July 5th through Saturday, July 6th, save on all things tiles. And if you come in before Friday, you can enter to win an additional $200 off your purchase. That's right, get big savings this Friday and Saturday at Grand Bahama Tile. Call them 352-7920. Some restrictions apply.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
Liquid means forward. So my selector, reload your carbine and rewind. Chinese laundry. That's right, it's about to go down. We go back to the ballroom. Reunion 2. If you missed the first party, this one you don't want to miss. That's right, Friday, July 5th, it's going down in a major way. We're going back to the ballroom, the biggest all-school party ever. You know, I always tell you guys, you got to pick a side. You got Team Fluid Factory, they go with Taurus Riley. And you got Team Rhythm, we going with Ja Cure. So you got to pick a side. This July 5th, we back in the ballroom, the Reunion 2. This one's hosted by Mighty Pencil. He'll be playing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. All genres of music. So come on early and prepare to have some fun. Doors open up at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale at Fluid Factory, Queens Highway. So this is a party you don't want to miss. I'm telling you, get your tickets now. This event is sponsored by BTC, GB Wine and Spirits, Essentials Convenience Store, Rhythm 1027, and Fluid Factory.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Once again, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. We're bringing sports live from Spitz Point at the Fish Fry. It's been a lot of conversations as far as sports is concerned, a lot of softball tournaments coming up. Let's take a look at that.
Rising Stars 10 and under girls softball team is traveling to Puerto Rico this weekend to compete in Little League play.
From our 10U team, this is the first time they are really traveling. So what we want to do is just, get them prepared for competition. So they can see different competition and how they stack up to their competition around the world in the Little League.
We've been working on pitching, catching, infield, outfield, and I feel like we're going to do really good. I feel if we practice longer and focus, we'll do really good.
I think I'm gonna do good, and I think my teammates, they're gonna do good because they know how to catch balls and stuff like that. We've been working on batting, pitching, catching, and how to catch fly balls.
Sticking with softball, Friends for Life Committee will be hosting a ladies fast pitch softball invitational tournament at the Grand Bahamas Sports Complex from Thursday, July 4th through Sunday, July 7th. The tournament will be honoring longtime softball legend Patrice Brathwaite.
So I'm urging the Grand Bahamas Sporting Community, especially softball enthusiasts, person who have known her from St. Paul's, Focal, and at the Sports Center, they come out and support on Friday evening, the 5th of July. We're expecting an exciting night.
We just like to encourage them all to come out and show support for Patrice and the contribution that she has made to the sport of softball.
It's good that we're going to have a weekend of softball. It's nice that New Providence is sending the All-Star team to this tournament, but I think the highlight of this tournament is going to be the old-timers game, where brain can beat beauty.
And finally in sports, Team Bahamas gets another big win, this time against Poland, 90-81 in Olympic qualifying play. The Bahamas is led by 18-year-old VJ Edgecombe with 21 points and 6 rebounds, and sharpshooter Buddy Hill had an impressive all-around game, scoring 19 points, while dishing out a team-high 10 assists to go along with 6 rebounds in the contest. Up next for Team Bahamas, a semi-final matchup against the second-ranked team in Group A, which will be played on Saturday.
Team Bahamas certainly excelling at the international level. Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
We all need to save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Happy 51st Independence, Bahamas. And Grand Bahama Tiles is celebrating with a 20% off store-wide sale. This Friday, July 5th through Saturday, July 6th, save on all things tiles. And if you come in before Friday, you can enter to win an additional $200 off your purchase. That's right. Get big savings this Friday and Saturday at Grand Bahama Tiles. Call them 352-7920. Some restrictions apply.
Join a day of grand networking opportunities on Friday, July 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Great Lawn, Grand Lucayan. Explore job and entrepreneurial possibilities at the Welcoming Home Grand Expo. Visit ministry4gb.com for more details.
Grand Bahama, get ready to celebrate independence in grand style. Join us for the Welcoming Home events, starting with the Down by the Fish Fry Battle of the DJs at Smith's Point. The festivities continue Thursday with the Summer Gumbe Festival. Friday brings us the Grand Expo at the Grand Lucayan and the Reunion 2 Old School Party. Don't miss the family-friendly road race and cultural festival on Saturday, featuring the thrilling announcement of our Welcoming Home song competition winners. winner. But the celebration doesn't stop there. Join us for the 51st and Beyond Praise and Thanksgiving service on Sunday, followed by the West End Move. On Monday, enjoy Gia Pierre's play, March On, the Story of Us. Then gear up for the 51st and Beyond Ecumenical Service, cultural show, and inspection of the guard on Tuesday, July 9th. Let's make this a grand celebration to remember. Visit www.ministryforgb.com/welcoming home.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Covering the north. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Our Facebook friend tonight is Jamiko Colbrook. Thank you so much for your support of ZNS Northern Service. We appreciate you. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
Did you know that there are over 30,000 Bahamians with diabetes and another 23,000 with prediabetes? Each year, this number is expected to increase. Many people who have diabetes are unaware. If you are having blurry vision, feeling thirsty, urinating frequently, or are unusually tired or losing weight despite a healthy diet, you may have diabetes. If you have a parent or sibling that has diabetes, you are also at an increased risk of developing diabetes. If you have noticed any of these symptoms, it is important to see your doctor, who will perform the necessary tests to confirm the diagnosis. Together, we can beat diabetes.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, regional heads to meet amid widespread storm damage in southern Caribbean islands. Relief and joy as Bahamian students in Jamaica arrive home ahead of Hurricane Beryl's lashing. Plus, safe, efficient, competitive, and compliant. The focus of new highly technical legislation aimed at enhancing the civil aviation sector. And in sports, Bahamas advances to Final Four of Olympic qualifier. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. In 2019, the Bahamas, today the Southern Caribbean. The intensity of hurricanes not to be underestimated, and particularly not when Beryl has shown us early on of the wrath of Mother Nature. Slamming the Eastern Caribbean early in the week, today it's Jamaica. Here's a view of Hurricane Beryl's landfall there around 4:30 this afternoon. Heavy rainfall had just begun and residents were bracing themselves for the worst. Among them, Bahamas Consul General in Jamaica, Alveda Knight, who told us the impact of the rain, wind, or a combination depended on a particular part of Kingston. Knight revealing she's experiencing lots of rain and intermittent gust, but no severe weather as yet. Some areas of Jamaica, she says, rain produced lots of flooding and mudslides, the heavy winds resulting in downed trees and power lines leading to power loss. Jamaican residents are waiting for a 6 p.m. curfew to be lifted, which will give the green light for them to move around safely. They're also waiting for Beryl's departure later this evening. She also noted that Bahamian students riding out the storm at the University of the West Indies have been evacuated to a particular dorm and are safe. The Bahamas Consul General in Jamaica sincerely thanks Bahamians who kept them in their prayers, that she says are not only welcomed, but appreciated. Well, Beryl's wrath so widespread that Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, today declared the Bahamas' assistance in providing aid to Caribbean countries impacted by the Cat 4 storms, fierce winds, and heavy rain. Updating House members this morning, the minister noted that water and electricity has been restored over in Grenada. The Bahamas, though, is sending planes with supplies to that island, as well as St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As for the Bahamians weathering the storm in Jamaica,
we've indicated publicly that any emergency which would require additional action on behalf of Bahamians in Jamaica, the Bahamas government is on standby to assist with that. Prime Minister Davis spoke with Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, yesterday, and they've done their best to sort of batten the hatches and await what transpires. So we pray that there's a good result in the circumstances, but we know that there'll be a lot of pressure because of the strength of this storm.
Now, the regional response to Hurricane Beryl's monumental impact being facilitated by the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency. The moment the severe weather system left the Eastern Caribbean, SEDEMA officials conducted an aerial view of the damage incurred. Jiminita Swain joins us live in studio with details of SEDEMA's findings. Jiminita, we understand there is a positive response, though, to the call for aid.
Yes, definitely, Makushli. It's the all-hands-on-deck approach.
Certainly.
So the brunt of Hurricane Beryl touched St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, and its surrounding islands, while damage is being assessed in Barbados, St. Lucia, Tobago, and Dominica. The majority of the Grenadine islands sustained nearly 90% damage, leaving residents exposed only to be immediately relocated to temporary shelters. Same could be said for the islands surrounding mainland Grenada. The good news is help is pouring in from all over the world. SEDEMA's Executive Director Elizabeth Riley revealed at Wednesday's press conference in Bridgetown, Barbados, that no official death toll has been calculated, as initial situation reports have yet to be submitted. Beryl has devastated SEDEMA's 4 subgraphical regions, resulting in very strategic and coordinated response plans.
What we have done is try to strategically utilize those states which have not been under threat to provide the horizontal cooperation support, and we've collaborated very closely with our partners. I'd explained a bit earlier how we're working very closely with the UN agencies to support the efforts, as well as some private sector entities and NGOs. Bahamas has also placed teams on standby for support to Jamaica as well, and they are in the northwestern sub-region. And we do have an arrangement with the international militaries that support our regional response mechanism through our multinational Caribbean cell.
While there are no mass evacuations underway, SEDEMA officials report that accommodations are available to storm-ravaged residents, although there are some who want to stay in place.
We are having discussions around the provision of temporary shelter, but of course it is of a major concern that we've had such catastrophic destruction to buildings, housing, and general shelter options in countries in what we know is a very active hurricane season.
The SEDEMA chief wasn't able to peg an initial cost of Hurricane Beryl's catastrophic damage. She did emphasize that the governments of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada are appealing for cash-only donations at this time. Reporting live in studio, I'm Jiminita Swain. Makushla, back to you.
Well, thanks, Jiminita. Meantime, regional heads to meet again virtually Thursday afternoon to be updated on Hurricane Beryl's impact on the Southern Caribbean. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honourable Fred Mitchell, says the meeting is scheduled for 3 p.m.
This, of course, reinforces why the Prime Minister has indicated that climate change is the #1 foreign policy issue. And we are front and center at trying to mobilize resources on behalf of this country and our region, because essentially a significant percentage of the GDP of all of these countries has been adversely impacted as a result of these storms.
Well, just before 9 last evening, 35 Bahamian students landed safely in the capital on a special evacuation flight from Jamaica. Government and airport officials moving swiftly in organizing and executing the plan ahead of Hurricane Beryl's unwelcomed arrival. Our Lloyd Allen has more.
A sigh of relief as just over 30 students in Jamaica were flown in on a specially organized Bahamas Air flight on Tuesday night just before 9. Now, the flight was organized as expected. Landfall of Category 4 Hurricane Beryl is expected to make landfall on Jamaica just around 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, the flight was organized by the government, and according to many of the families, they see this as some good news.
Flight was canceled earlier today, and we found the opportunity we can leave. So we're really grateful to the government for providing that opportunity for us.
While there were a number of students wanting to return to the Bahamas, the brightest were there in preparation for their daughter's university journey. The Abaco residents experienced Dorian Category 5 Fury back in 2019 and are grateful to have evacuated Jamaica prior to the onslaught of Beryl, a major hurricane.
We went over for biometrics, my daughter's study permit to go to Canada. So that's how we ended up in Jamaica.
Meantime, this student was glad to get out.
I just feel very grateful that the government is able to provide something like this for us.
Bahamas Air chairwoman Tanya Pratt says organizing the flight within a few hours was challenging.
Thank you also to Councilwoman Alvita Knight, who was on the ground in Jamaica from very early this morning, mobilizing our students, and not only our students, if you would note, other persons came on the flight as well, and so we extended it. Initially, we were going to send up the 50-seater. We decided to send a jet, and so anyone who wanted to come was allowed to come.
Receiving the group at LPIA's arrival terminal were a number of government officials who assisted in organizing the charter flight. Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll.
As a parent, I understand how the parents on this side also felt, but it was important that we responded to the call.
Beryl now making her presence felt in Jamaica with winds in excess of 140 miles per hour. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, also extending support and prayers for those Caribbean countries ravaged by Hurricane Beryl, in the process assuring the Bahamas stands with them.
These are trying times, Madam Speaker, and in 2019 it was us, and today it is them. So therefore, we hope to support wherever we can.
Still to come, the national fly carrier expands its wings. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
finger-licking good.
Did you know you can pay your bills on the Cash and Go app?
For real?
Transfer funds internationally, right from the Cash and Go app.
See, Dad? I told you.
Did you know that you can apply for a loan right on the Cash and Go app?
No way!
Pay staff right from the Cash and Go app.
Well, mother.
It's the app for me.
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 When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Bam! I got him! Cinema classic, y'all.
Girl, you see him? You see him? Oh, that's my dream man right there.
Listen, the only man I just dream about is Percy. Him and his pension plan just keep me smiling in my sleep. That's right. Percy get a pension plan where you could win up to $1,000 a week for a year.
Can you lie?
No, ma'am. Every time you deposit $20 on your verified Island Game account during July and August, you automatically enter to win one of 13 pensions. God, Percy is my dream man. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-hoo.
Did somebody say Percy?
Money on your account and ride the easy train at Percy's Island Game.
This could bring back some memories.
It's a special time and you deserve the best. Come into Baja and let's de-stress. We'll pamper you and make you feel safe. Get you a nice spa day.
Contact us at 323-6711 or visit us online at www.baharetreat.com.
They used to fly Western Air. I used to fly Western Air too.
Child, my children just bought my ticket because you all know I fly Western Air.
Right on time. Thank God I fly Western Air.
Yeah, you know I fly Western Air.
Hello, y'all get a ticket? Hey, y'all, I gotta go. Can't be late. You fly with Western Air.
Hey, you booked my ticket yet? Fly Western Air.
I 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 fly Western Air.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Tourism, Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, today leading off debate on amendments to the Law Reform and Revisions Act. Proposed changes designed to allow the Governor-General to appoint up to 4 commissioners, along with amendments to the Civil Aviation and Civil Aviation Authority bills. Cooper deeming the latter two essential to advancing the local aviation sector and facilitating its continued growth. And that calls for the sector being governed by robust and up-to-date legislation to ensure the country meets international standards and practices and remains competitive.
The bill also expands the authority to inspect air operators, personnel, aircraft, operations, facilities, and associated records for the purposes of certification, continued surveillance, and resolution of safety concerns. And the amendment to Section 58 empowers the minister, in consultation with the authority, to make regulations on various issues, including environmental concerns, space flight, public health, and international agreements.
Seconding the bill's former aviation minister, the Honourable Glenys Hannah Martin, agreed with their significance.
This administration understands what the aviation sector is to this country. And as the member indicated, it is for our economic growth and sustainability, and very importantly, it is for our social health as an archipelagic people. And so it's vital that we have an aviation sector that the world can look at and say that this is a respected 21st century aviation sector. Challenges, no doubt, will continue. That's how the aviation sector is. You're putting out fires all the time.
In related news, the Bahamas Air Navigation Services Authority has delayed the implementation of its new overflight fee and origin and destination charges due to the request of airlines. As Tourism, Investments and Aviation Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper explains, this after the agency launched a comprehensive investigation into its fee structure on the heels of a complaint to the U.S. Department of Transportation by Airlines for America. The claim that fees were discriminatory and favored national airlines. Well, the minister says while the department denied the complaint last February, it had some concerns about the cost-relatedness of charges. This in turn prompted BANSA to review them and hold new public consultations.
To date, 2 meetings have been held with airspace users, with BANSA, presenting the revised scheme and providing formal responses to their submitted questions. Although the notice indicated an implementation date of July 1, 2024 for the new fee scheme, at the request of the airspace users, BANSA has agreed to an extension of the consultation phase, which is expected to be concluded during the 3rd quarter of 2024 with the implementation of the new scheme.
Well, come later this month, the national flag carrier will begin twice-weekly direct flights into Montego Bay, Jamaica. Bahamas Air's new flight schedule, a long time coming, as the airline looks to expand its reach into regional destinations. Speaking on the issue Wednesday, Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Romer, says flights will start July 25th and offered on Sundays and Thursdays.
So Jamaica continues to be a very good hub, and also the Bahamas for visitors. Obviously, students are in Jamaica. Jamaica is a vacation hotspot, but at the same time, there's reciprocity. We have commonalities as it relates to our sense of culture, being an authentic destination. So demand is certainly there. Bahamas that listen to the public and listen again to persons desirous of having more than a 1 or 2 destination experience for their vacation. So Jamaica, again, has been a very good spot for the Bahamas, and we expect there to be some reciprocity.
In other news, imagine taking your hard-earned money to purchase a right-hand drive car, and within the 6 weeks it takes to get here, another person claims ownership. Well, it's a situation that's becoming more common, forcing Bahamas Customs and the Consumer Protection Commission to sound the alarm. Jiminita Swain tells us more.
Scores of cars are imported from Japan on an annual basis. However, a growing concern now is who is the actual owner. Customs Controller Ralph Monroe tells us more.
Our inquiries into several matters have revealed a pattern where, at first, a buyer contracts to purchase and pay in full the amount for a vehicle in Japan. The shipping documents are then sent to the buyer, and the vehicle is placed on the vessel's cargo manifest and shipped in the buyer's name. At some point along the voyage to the Bahamas, the vehicle is sold again to another buyer, and the name on the ship's cargo manifest is changed to reflect that of the second buyer, who is also provided with an invoice, payment receipt, and a bill of lading for the same vehicle.
Monroe says in some instances, the second buyer would have paid considerably less than the first. But that's just one issue. The Consumer Protection Commission has also found that consumers purchase a vehicle or vehicles from a local dealer who promises to import with an agreed 50% deposit. The understanding is to pay the balance once the vehicle arrives in the Bahamas. However, those vehicles are shipped and sold to someone else.
Clearly what you're looking at is a legal issue. Property or the title of property is a matter for the court. Anyone who disputes the title, they must go before the court. We are not the forum for such adjudication. And of course, the person oftentimes can come to an agreement amongst themselves when they choose.
The entire incident, a lesson in reputable providers of goods and services. It's also recommended that prospective buyers always use secure payment methods and consider third-party escrow services. Keep all receipts regarding transactions for at least 6 months, and when in doubt, check it out or cancel it out. In fact, if some purchases seem too good to be true, the CPC says it just might be a scam. We understand there are at least 2 shipping companies where this issue arose, but Monroe did not name them. As for what happens to the vehicles in question,
those vehicles would remain with the shipping agent until after 5 working days, after which time they will be warehoused by customs. Customs would be in no possession to process them, that is to enter them, until such time as the dispute regarding the title is cleared up.
if you believe that you are a victim of fraud, Consumer Protection is urging you to give them a call at 357-7898 or email them at complaints@cpcbahamas.gov.bs. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Jimenita Swain.
Well, thanks, Jimenita. In this week's episode of WealthWise, Leno Corporate Services has some valuable advice on investing, especially for millennials. Here's Amajal Knowles.
An important component of becoming wealth-wise is learning how to invest, and just as important, when to invest, especially for the younger generation of millennials who are just beginning to think about it. Theora Farquharson, Vice President of Business Development and Client Relations at Leno Corporate Services, has some suggestions as to what should be done before you start to invest.
Before you begin to invest, you have to make sure you understand those basic financial literacy tools. You don't invest until you understand how to save, until you understand how to budget, until you understand how to pay your debt. Once you get a full understanding of that, then you get into investing. Because while there are good investments out there like stocks, bonds, mutuals, etc., investing comes with some level of risk.
Once we have our basics in order, what comes next?
The young persons that wanted to get investing, when they get to that point of understanding, then they could come to Leno, because we have some great products. You could start as little as $250, $1,000. We can take them on that great part to investing.
Is there a better time in life to start investing?
The younger you are, that's the best time to start to save for investing, because you actually have a longer time for the monies to generate more and more interest.
And later in life?
And as you get older, you start to look at things like paying for a mortgage, paying for college, and of course, my favorite is retirement planning.
So millennials, this is the perfect time for you to start investing and getting more and more wealth-wise with Leno Corporate Services. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amajal Knowles.
We still have more news to come, but Amajal Knowles again has a look at what's coming up in sports. Samuel?
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas men's basketball team improved to 2-0, and Buddy Hield possibly on the move. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism.
Splendid Creations, Kristen Gordon, showed off her beautiful artistic pieces, each with its own Bahamian flair, which can only be found at Sun Sand and Souvenirs.
We do mixed media art and handmade crafts, so pretty much we focus on using acrylic paint, resin, seashells, and sand from our beaches. We like to make things that show a little bit of the Bahamian culture and flair, and because we know the tourists love our beaches, we like to incorporate that in our pieces. As a mother-daughter brand, we take a lot of time and put a lot of effort into creating our pieces. Everything is handmade and crafted with love, and we just like to express that. As Bahamians, we want people to understand and to learn what we have to offer in the country. Whether it's something from our agricultural side, like our beautiful pineapples, whether it's our sun, sand, and beaches, or Jonkanu, which is the most cultural festival for the year. We put that into our pieces as well.
Designer and creator of April Jasmine Design Limited captures the vibrant island life of the Bahamas with her fashion line.
My designs for this space is more resort wear. Wanted to offer some of my resort wear to our visitors primarily, but also to Bahamian fashionistas. I hope to gain not only visibility, I think most of us here have some visibility in the local market, but in the international market, to take the Made in the Bahamas brand to another level and to show that we can offer mid to high-end products. We're located on Bay Street proper, east of East Street, and also 2 doors from the downtown food store.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right here on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50+1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo or t-shirts, ribbons and pole bows in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50+1.
Sing, I'm proud to be a Bahamian. One more time, sing. Oh, I'm proud to be a Bahamian. Okay, this land
something that I've always loved. I always, as a child, loved to see women just impeccably dressed. But my thing was drawing the looks and mixing colors, and fashion was in my blood. My name is Dr. Jillian Curry Williams, and I'm the designer for Remilda Rose Designs. What sets me apart, that I pay attention to detail. Like, I have an eye for detail. I pay attention to the construction of my garment. I want to make sure that when my garment is completed, that you can wear that on the wrong side or the right side because it's impeccably made. I put my personality into my passion. Well, the fabric of hope was inspired by my father. My father had cancer, and I would go with him to treatments and seeing everybody just look despondent and dreary. And one day this lady dropped her mom off, and her mother fell once she got inside, and I was like, wow, like God, like I'm only a fashion designer. Like, what can I do to assist these people? I know God had me to create it to inspire persons with cancer or any illness that there's hope, that there is light at the end of that tunnel. The encouraging word I would give to women, it's been in my heart for a couple of days, to speak to the older women who may feel that I'm 40, what can I do? I'm 50, what can I do? And that's when the fire in us kicks in. We've had the work experience. We've passed all those tests. So take that idea that God has given you and put it to use. This is where it all begins.
To learn more about the Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, visit our website or contact us at 461-7232. And remember, empowered women empower women.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
We all know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And would bet an idiom to remember as the Independence calendar marks today, Wellness Day. Wes Calix Forbes had the opportunity to attend a health fair. She tells us more in this next report.
For National Day of Wellness, the Ministry of Health and Wellness provided free health screening, eye exam, foot assessment, NHI registration, immunization, and many, many more.
Minister of Health and Wellness Honorable Dr. Darville reiterated the critical message that wellness should be important to all residents.
We did a study with the Pan American Health Organization along with our doctors, and we realized that we are not in good physical condition. We suffer from the largest or the highest incidence of obesity, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and we have a massive amount of individuals now experiencing end-stage renal disease and are on our hemodialysis program.
And this is where the push from the public health expert comes in, the equation of wellness, nutrition, and physical exercise. He then went on to sharing some minor lifestyle changes that can be made for a greater impact on one's health.
You know, if you're diabetic and you spend 10 minutes of just physical activity, you don't have to be high impact. It can actually reduce the need for large amount of diabetic medications. Do you know if you're hypertensive and you cut down on your salt diet, you may not even have to take medications.
According to the acting director of public health, Dr. Philip Swan, the approach for promoting a better and healthier Bahamas will be presented differently this time around.
The minister reminds the public that their health should be their first priority. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
The specials to help you celebrate independence are at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow Chunk Tuna, 5-ounce, 2 for $1.89. Panama Raw Shrimp, 41.50, 12-ounce, $4.99. Fresh Pork, $1.99 per pound. Honey Glow Pineapples, $4.99 each. Super Value Water, 1 gallon, $1.29. Happy Independence from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Western Air resumes its regular flight services to New Bight, Cat Island. Welcome news for residents who have been inconvenienced for several days due to the airline's policy of ensuring safety is first. Western Air CEO Rexy Roll is pleased with the quick response.
We had conducted a number of evaluations along with the airport authority on the runway, and it is understood that the temporary fixes should be able to support our ongoing flight operations into Cat Island until a permanent solution for the runway is implemented. We look forward to resuming our regular scheduled flights. We operate daily flights into Cat Island, and we operated with almost max capacity in terms of passenger load on July 1st.
Well, Aviation Director Dr. Kenneth Romer also providing an update on improvements at the Cat Island Airport.
There were some repairs as it relates to potholes. It was a fix. We understand the importance of airlift not just to Cat Island, but to all of the islands of the Bahamas, including our family islands. So we mobilized the team. The work, first of all, was on ongoing work. So when the Western Air raised the concerns, we immediately mobilized a team there to address it. After a safety inspection, Western Air felt comfortable to deploy their service again. It's an ongoing exercise to give Cat Island not just a new terminal, but significant improvements to the airside as well.
Well, it's time now to check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil. I'm sure you're going to give us an update on where Beryl is at this moment. I think she's still over Jamaica.
Well, the eye is skirting the south coast of Jamaica. The Kingston area, they're experiencing some sustained tropical storm force winds with gusts to hurricane force. But around Montego Bay, not too bad there. So it seems as though Jamaica is faring relatively well, but certainly rainfall will remain a factor as that system moves very quickly towards the west. Now, right now, here in the capital, we have just a few clouds, temperature at 87 degrees, the relative humidity 78%. The winds are out of the east-northeast at 12 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,017.7 millibars. That's 30.05 inches. Now, your temperatures around the islands this evening, 83 degrees in Green Toll Key, Marsh Harbor, and Freeport. So some homogeneous temperatures there in the extreme northwest. Berry Isles at 84, Allenstown, Bimini 87 degrees, 85 in Harbor Island and Roxana, Eleuthera, Fresh Creek Central Andros at 87, 85 in Kemp Space on Andros, Black Point Exuma, 86 degrees, 84 in Artisan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and in Arum Key. Georgetown Exuma, 86 degrees, and we pick up another set of 86 in Ragged Island, Clarence, San Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, and in Acklands, Matchitania, Nagua at 85, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. Now, your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Alive Business. We are always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern and central parts of our country tonight, right through Thursday, this is how those winds will shape up. Easterly at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights at 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Now, the low tide, that will occur at 1:24 in the morning, with the high tide at 7:07 tomorrow morning for the southeast Bahamas tonight through Thursday. Easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 6 feet. So caution flags are in place for boaters in the southeast Bahamas through Thursday. And if we take into Friday, we're going to see some changes there. The winds falling off light and variable for the northwest and central islands. Seas becoming flat, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. High tide at 7:58 in the morning on Friday, with a low tide at 2:01 in the afternoon for the southeast Bahamas on Friday. Easterly winds with some reduction there as well. 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights down 2 to 4 feet. So we will drop that caution flag on Friday for the southeast Bahamas. It's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Come on, boy. Well, I came down on a lightning bolt. 9 months in my mama's belly. When I was born, red, white, scream and shout. I had fire and brimstone coming out of my mouth. I'm ex-Cuba, just something. Oh, yeah, man. Well, hey, na 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 na. Hey, 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 na 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 na.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Are you a business with 3 or more vehicles looking for the perfect fueling solution? Well, look no further.
I can go to any Rubis service station and get fast and easy service without any form of payment.
I can top up my fuel account and generate reports anytime online.
We at Wildflowers enjoy significant savings from fraud reduction. The Rubis system provides optimum security and peace of mind.
Email bahamassales@rubis-bahamas.com to sign up now.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind. I like records great. I like John Condo. Oh, where the collect gold and a right love for my boat. Yeah, I like Johnny K. Yeah, where my fish go. What I don't need all that bird. That don't make a show. Yeah, I like the beach, but I don't go in water. Just grab me a collect. That's the Beryl of the Bahamas. I like to go down. Oh yeah.
Shop super value and quality supermarkets this Independence for great specials like Rainbow corned beef, 12-ounce, $2.15. Hunt's ketchup, 32-ounce, $2.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Case price, $52.99. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.99. Sunday Delight smooth or tangy, 64-ounce, 2 for $5. Happy Independence from super value and quality supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Bahamas men's national basketball team continuing to put the world on notice after a comeback win over Finland on Tuesday in its opener in the FIBA Olympic qualifier. The group would continue that momentum on Wednesday and improve to 2-0, secure a spot in this weekend's semifinals. Our Marcellus Hall recaps Game 2 from Valencia, Spain.
This FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament update brought to you by J.S. Johnson.
DeAndre Ayton and Eric Gordon putting up shots before the game. Bahamas looking to continue their quest toward Paris. Getting into the game now, first quarter, Bahamas coming out with a good energy. They took the lead early on. Crisp ball movement, knocking down the open looks. Bahamas up by 10 at the end of the first quarter, 30-20. Second quarter, more of the same. Once again, Bahamas keeping the pressure on the Polish defense, moving the ball well, and maintaining a double-digit lead. Comfortable 50-38 margin at the half. Third quarter we go. Poland trying to get back into this one. They cut the lead down to 6, but Team Bahamas would respond, going on an offensive run. They pushed the lead back to double digits heading into the fourth quarter. Bahamas would lead by as many as 15 in the fourth, but Poland once again making a push. They cut it down to 5 with just under 3 minutes left to play. Bahamas would again respond to the challenge. They silenced the Poland faithful with some clutch points down the stretch, holding on for the win. Final score 90-81. Bahamas 2-0 now in pool play. Once again, it was VJ Edgecombe responding to the challenge. The young phenom getting it finished, leading the Bahamas with 21 points in the contest. He got some help from DeAndre Ayton, who had 18, and Buddy Hield, 17 points in the contest. The Bahamas now ready for their next opponent. They have a day off tomorrow. Afterwards, though, team members talking about the big win.
You know, just trying to stay humble, trying to stay resilient, trying to put pressure in the room, trying to be share the ball, do everything right. I think this group has shown how to come together and make things happen. Job is not done yet, but we gotta stay together, keep on watching film, keep on fixing the mental mistakes. But it is basketball, you know, we can't be perfect all the time, so we just gotta stay humble, keep working, and on to the next.
I mean, Poland is a great team. I mean, we couldn't take them for granted. I mean, they're a great team, top team in the world. So, I mean, they fight, they play hard. I mean, they're disciplined, they're well coached. So, I mean, we just had to keep fighting hard, keep playing hard, and staying together, and that's what got us here.
So there you have it, reporting from the Valencia, Spain at the Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. I'm Marcellus Hall, ZNS Total Sports.
And while he's helping the Bahamas inch closer to its first Olympic berth in basketball, Bahamian NBA star Buddy Hield may soon find a new home at the professional level. According to NBA insiders, Hield and the Philadelphia 76ers are working on a sign-and-trade deal that would send the sharpshooter to the Golden State Warriors. This as Golden State is parting ways this offseason with Klay Thompson, who ranks 6th all-time in made threes. Hield isn't far behind him on that list, coming in at number 22 with 1,924 three-pointers of his own. We'll continue to update you on this story as it progresses. Still on hoops, it's summer, and that means young hoopers all across the country are working on their games. Several of them are attending the International Basketball Academy's 11th Elite Skills Camp. Our intern, Swanson Gibson, recently paid them a visit and filed this report.
International Basketball Academy's 11th annual Elite Skills Camp is taking place at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Boys and girls ages 4 through 18 have the opportunity in developing their skills, taking their game to the next level. IBA Director and Coach Danico Bowles expressed pride in the campers' enthusiasm and improvement over the last few days. He also discussed the importance of empowering the youth.
Definitely, they're putting in a lot of hard work so far. They're being taught a lot, they're retaining a lot, and they're actually applying themselves, so that's one of the things that, as instructors, we are certainly proud of. And like you said, the format during the next course of the few weeks is going to be interesting as well. We have a lot of things, prizes and surprises, for these kids to look forward to. But like I said, the main thing is the continuous work that we're doing, and we are very, very proud of our campus so far.
Camper Logan Moss spoke about his experience.
It's been good, and I could work on my shooting ability because I sometimes miss all my shots, and I need to start working on that. And dribbling because I keep messing up on my drills in practice.
Registration remains open as the camp concludes July 19th. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Thanks, Swanson. In track and field news, Bahamas' Olympic contingent set to grow as 8 athletes have been revealed to qualify for the Olympics through the World Athletics ranking system. They include reigning women's 400-meter champion Shawnee Miller-Weibo. Joining Miller-Weibo will be Wanye McCoy and Terrence Jones in the men's 100 meters, Ian Kerr in the men's 200, Anton Andrews in the men's 110 hurdles, Ken Mullings in the men's decathlon, Donald Thomas in the men's high jump, and Charisma Taylor in the women's triple jump. And that's been a look at your sports on this Wednesday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
From June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we get you started with that tropical wave near the Windward Islands. It's gradually pulling away towards the west, and the Hurricane Center is giving it about a 20% chance of development. I mean, it's really struggling to get going, which is very good news. But then we have Beryl, which is now some 65 miles to the west-southwest of Kingston, Jamaica, moving towards the west-northwest at a very rapid speed, 20 miles per hour, maximum sustained winds, still at 140 miles per hour, making it a strong Category 4 hurricane, but we anticipate some weakening of the system later on tonight and tomorrow morning as it continues that quick trek towards the west. The good news is that most of those heavy, intense hurricane winds remain offshore of Jamaica, and they are currently experiencing some sustained tropical storm force winds on the southern coast of Jamaica, with certainly some gusts up to hurricane force winds. And then on the northern side of Jamaica, things are not too bad there. So some heavy showers will continue during the course of the night, but things will be improving as we head into tomorrow morning over the Jamaica area. Now, the forecast track will continue to keep that system moving towards the Yucatan Peninsula, getting in there sometime on Friday evening, Friday night, perhaps as a Category 2, before moving into the Bay of Campeche. And then from there, it moves into the east coast of Mexico, where it should weaken to even a tropical storm as it moves inland, and then we will see some rapid deterioration of that system. But that is the way things will be trekking right now, so we are comfortable that we're not going to have any issues from Beryl as it continues on that westward track. Now, as we look across the Bahamas, that area of upper level low has since moved out of the area, but we're now having some outer feeder bands across the southeast Bahamas, which is triggering some showers around Crooked Island and the Acklands area, even all the way down to Matitan, Inagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. So they will continue to have some showers during the course of tonight. The forecast here in the capital, we're looking at mostly cloudy, a bit on the breezy side, with a low temperature of 81 degrees. And then tomorrow, things will shape up like this. A bit breezy in the morning, otherwise it's going to turn mostly sunny in the afternoon with a high temperature of 90 degrees. Extended weather forecast. Beautiful weather right into the weekend, save for Sunday. Seems as though we're going to have a couple of thunderstorms developing in the afternoon hours, but that will dry out quite quickly as we head into Monday before the scattered showers and the thunderstorms return on Tuesday. Makisha.
And before we leave, Bahamas Striping Group of companies doing its part to ensure young Bahamians learn a basic survival skill before heading to the beach this summer. LaDawn Davis has all the details in this report.
Stuff I didn't know before, and it really helped me as I'm now learning. Denaria Hanna, a St. Augustine student, is one of scores of young Bahamians creating quite a splash this summer at the Fox Hill Community Center's pool. Up to Monday, Denaria was afraid to even enter the water. By the end of August, she's determined to put the RBDF's free swimming techniques to the test.
I've been able to learn the front line, and we're now learning the back line. It's been really successful and relaxing to keep me calm and to know that my coach is right there to help me.
RBDF lead swim instructor Lingsley Barr says his team was able to accomplish a lot in just a day.
We still had some good progression from the kids who came on the first time. They have been going to the first stages, that would be bubbles, then glides, then kicks, then side strokes, then freestyle. But in the first progression stages were the first, second, and third.
President of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, Atario Mitchell, reminds that over the years there's been several drownings and near-drowning experiences involving kids unsupervised at beaches. He's hoping an investment in programs like this will keep those numbers down.
By yesterday, I was able to see like young kids actually getting in the water and kicking around, having fun, but also learning a lifelong skill. I think it's amazing, and it's all a part of our company's 15-year anniversary, a Give Back initiative. To whereby this is our second round of doing this swim program, and it's all about just giving young kids an avenue to learn something new that would potentially save their life in the future.
The swim program runs until the end of August. Bahamas Striping Group of Companies hopes to make the event an annual one. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, thanks, LaDawn, and that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better. From all of us here, thank you for watching, and good night.